One of the first groups who invited me, Marcus, to teach on R.A.R.E. leadership didn't seem to realize what they had signed up for. As I waited for my opportunity to explain the habits of mature leaders to them, the owner of the company laid out a vision for his team. He opened with the unforgettable line, "We want to be blanking pirates." That got my attention. I wondered where he was going with this. He continued, "We want our competitors to see our name on the bid sheet and say, 'Oh no, it's them. Those cutthroats will do whatever it takes to get this bid.'" He then wrapped up his introduction and said, "Now here's Marcus to teach us about R.A.R.E. leadership." I was a bit stunned. Someone clearly hadn't told him that R.A.R.E. leadership was about relational and emotional maturity. He didn't seem to see the difference between mature leadership and do whatever it takes business ethics. To this man's credit, he quickly got on board. Partway through our opening presentation, he realized that he wasn't very mature in the way he ran his company or his family. At one point, after seeing a slide outlining the difference between mature people who live with their relational brain circuits on and immature people who live with them off, he blurted out, "I don't think I've ever had my relational circuits on." The rest of the people in the room all looked at me as if to say, "He's not lying." After that moment, the questions started coming with great earnestness, and by the end of the meeting, his team signed up for a year of coaching on R.A.R.E. leadership with our lead trainer. The next year, I was invited back to address the company's national management team. This time, instead of his cutthroat speech, the owner said, "We want to be a company that handles ourselves like adults. We want everyone we interact with to say, 'We love working with this company because we love the way they go about their business.' Now here's Marcus to teach us how to be mature leaders." I couldn't help but smile. He had come a long way. Later that year, the CEO of this company told me he had started teaching the R.A.R.E. model whenever he was asked to speak at leadership events. Not only has it changed our culture, he told me, it has improved our bottom line. The lack of maturity in most leadership settings is becoming increasingly obvious. Psychologist and leadership expert Richard Davis wrote an article for the Harvard Business Review with the simple title, "We Need More Mature Leaders." In this article, he launches an attack on sandbox leaders, people who don't play well together. The childish behavior and narcissistic outlooks of these immature leaders place personal pride above the good of their organization. In summary, Davis writes, "The timing could not be worse. The nation's current problems, as vast and overwhelming as they are, appear secondary to the whims of spoiled children, unwilling to play well together. At a time when we need solid, grounded leadership more than ever, we seem to be in short supply of adults who act like adults." I often show this quote on a slide when I teach at leadership events, and generally see heads nodding in agreement all across the room. Most assume the critique was ripped out of the current headlines and describes the mess we are in today. But I like to draw their attention to the fact that the article was written in 2011. That was quite a few years ago. It is a reminder that the level of maturity in this culture is not moving in the right direction. On the contrary, we are in the midst of a maturity crisis, not only in leadership, but at all levels of society. If you have any doubt, just browse social media for a few minutes. The purpose of this audiobook is not to condemn or criticize anyone specifically. Rather, it is to call all of us to up our game when it comes to handling life with maturity. Mature leaders excel at building healthy cultures, solving problems relationally, and keeping relationships bigger than problems.